Hey guys, so I struck gold yesterday and I found the new Wet n Wild Spring Limited Edition collection. I found it at a Christmas tree shop, and there are two 8-pan eyeshadow palettes in this collection. One of them was almost all purple, like almost every single shadow in that palette was purple, and I'm not so much into the purples anymore, and I feel like I have enough in my collection that I don't really need more for when I do want to use that color. So I got only one of the palettes, and it's called Walking the Red Carpet. And here's what it looks like. And so you have sort of neutral type colors on this side, and then you have predominantly gold colors on the other side. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of gold eyeshadow, so that side of the palette will not probably get a lot of love from me. However, this off-white at the top is, I'm sure, gonna be, you know, something I could use with a lot of things. And then this color down the bottom is sort of a golden brown color that I would definitely use with some brown shadows. Probably not any of the shadows in this palette I don't think it would go that well with, but I could definitely use that with some brown shadows that I already have. But this side of the palette is what makes this, to me, like a must-have. And I am wearing 3 of the 4 colors from that side today. I didn't use this darkest color at the bottom because I was pretty happy with the way it turned out without it, so I felt like I didn't really need it, but I will definitely try that bottom color out sometime because it is very pretty. So what I did was I went through all my colored cream bases that I had, and I just sort of went through them to see what I could use with this, because this color right here, which they recommend to use on the eyelid, is just a flat sort of a camel colored shadow, and whenever I have used just a matte flat camel colored eyeshadow before on my eyelid, I didn't really think it was that attractive. It just, I don't know, I just don't like the look of it. I prefer to have something with a little bit of shimmer on my lids, unless I'm doing an all matte look, and then even then I don't think that color is really that flattering. So what I decided to do was I went through all my cream colored neutral type shadows, and I did some experimenting with swatches on my hand to see what I thought would be the most complimentary. And what I used was, I used this. This is Tom Ford cream eyeshadow in platinum. It was limited edition, and I used that on my lids and in the crease. Then what I did was I took that shadow that I was just talking about, and I put it right on top of that color on my lids, and then I used this crease color on top of, you know, the Tom Ford shadow in the crease. And I did use this pink as my highlight color, and at first I was like, wait a minute, pale pink with a warm light neutral with a almost cool tone brown in the crease. I was like, wait a minute, that's mixing a lot of different colors and tones that I wasn't too sure about, but I thought I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. And I'm pretty happy with the results. So as far as the quality of these shadows, Wet n Wild hits it out of the park again with their Spring Limited Edition collection, because last year, I just wanted to remind you what the palette was last year that was a neutral palette. It was called Nude Awakening, and it looked like this. So some of you may have that from last year. And I loved this palette so much so that I bought a second one at that time, and I sent it to my friend June as part of her, I think it was her birthday present last year or something. And because I was just so impressed with it. And I know that, you know, she already had Wet n Wild products that she likes, so and you know, the spring collection is always so hard to find. So anyways, they did it again in terms of quality. Let me swatch these for you so you can see how nice the quality is. One of the hardest things to do in makeup is a pale pink matte eyeshadow. And there's what it looks like swatched. How lovely is that? It's very, very hard for companies to be successful at that color for some reason. I don't know why it's so hard to make, but I have a million pale pink matte eyeshadows that are horrible, so this is a really, really good one. And then that eyelid color is just, like I said, it's like a matte camel, but these are not, you know, chalky, powdery, nothing. They're silky, smooth, they blend nice, and that's what I have on my lids. And I have the pink, like I said, as my highlight. And then this crease color is just a nice shimmery, sort of a light brown color. It's not really cool and it's not really warm. I would say this is sort of a neutral, or at least that's the way I see it anyway. And then the color that they term definer is a darker shimmery brown. And then for the off-white in the opposite top corner, it actually swatches lighter and more shimmery than you would expect it to. So that's nice though. I like it. Trying to think of what I have that's comparable. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one that looks just like that. Now, see this gold right here? I've already swatched this palette before, by the way, so I know what to expect. This is such chunky gold, bright gold glitter. You would think that would swatch horrible. It doesn't. Let me show you. Look at that. Look how smooth that is. It's chunky, but it just goes on your skin really smooth. So if you like gold shadows, these might be pretty unique to what you have. And then the crease color gold looks like that. There isn't a dud in this palette, you guys. They're all really, really nice. And then the definer color on that side is definitely a golden brown. And like I said, I can see using that with some of the browns that I own to do a look, definitely. So this palette is a winner. Walking the red carpet. It's at Christmas tree shops right now. So if it's at Christmas tree shops, that means it's also at Bed Bath & Beyond and Harmon drugstores. And I'm sure it will be popping up soon at places that normally carry Wet n Wild limited edition eyeshadow palettes, such as Kmart, Walgreens, that sort of thing. And then I made the mistake of looking more closely at the Maybelline limited edition Dare to Go Nude nail polishes. Remember I said before when I showed you those things from that collection that I wasn't buying any of the nail polishes? Well, I picked up every bottle on the display and looked at them more carefully, and when I saw this one, I was a goner. This one is called Blushing Nude, and that is what that looks like. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but what it is it's sort of a beige shimmer with lots of other very subtle colors mixed in. Let's see, what color would I say? There's some silver in there, and Well, it's really hard to tell, but it's beige with predominantly silver shimmer. Really, really pretty. So that's the Maybelline limited edition Spring Dare to Go Nude Collection in Blushing Nude number 756. So that was the other thing I got while I was at Christmas Tree Shop. After I finished my makeup today, I said to myself, you know, this look seems kind of familiar. And check this out. This is the cover of the new issue of Harper's Bazaar magazine, the March issue. I just got this in the mail yesterday, I think it was. And look at the makeup they did on Lady Gaga. What I've been noticing that a lot of makeup artists have been doing lately is they've been doing a really strong eye look with one neutral color and then not blending out the edges. Now, and also even the lip color is very similar to what I did today. But of course I didn't use just one color on my eyes today. I used 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. But still the overall effect is sort of a one color shadow. You do get some color change and some dimension, but it's predominantly that one neutral color. But yeah, I've been noticing that a lot of makeup artists have been doing this lately with the one color shadow and not blending out the edges, leaving the edges very strong where you almost can't tell that there's a highlight color there and it's not blended. But I think it kind of looks cool. So what I did today was I left it a way less blended than I normally would. Normally I would really blend out those edges, and I just decided to leave it a little bit stronger there and see what I thought, and I kind of like it. I think it makes your eyes pop, having it so that stronger color without so much definition. So you can tell me if you like that look or not. I know it's definitely not for everybody. It's a little bit bolder, but I kind of like it. And I really like that lip color that they did with that eye color. And this color is very similar to what they used on her lips. In case you're curious about the products they used on her, I believe they used all Giorgio Armani products on her. I don't own anything by that brand for makeup, not because I'm not curious, but because they don't carry that anywheres within driving distance of me. In order to buy that, I would have to either order it online, which you guys know I don't like to order things online, or I would have to drive to a store in Boston, and I haven't driven in Boston in probably 20-30 years, so I'm not going to start doing it now. It's for any of you who have ever been to Boston, you know what I'm talking about. It's crazy, insane. The way the roads are laid out, the way people drive, it's nuts. I wouldn't even attempt that. But yeah, Giorgio Armani is, I think they're sold at, I want to say Saks Fifth Avenue, I think is where Armani is. But anyways, yeah, I really like the makeup they did on Lady Gaga, but I would have maybe softened those edges just a little bit. But I do like that trend that is going on right now, because this is not the only time I have seen something like this in a magazine. I'm seeing this a lot lately, with the one color not blended much. Okay, talk about beating a dead horse. I think I've talked about this enough, but I'm just kind of excited about this trend because I really do like the way that it looks. Okay, you guys, that's it for today, and I'll let you go, and that's it. Bye.